Okay, writing. I'm gonna try to take it easy. So, give me one second. Today I'm gonna write my own personal invocations, and if I'm not tired, I'll write a few shlokas. I'm writing faster, and it's easier for me to write than before. Give me 1 second. My fingernails go so fast. Yes, I am clipping my fingernails before I write. Sorry, I should have thought of that. Yeah, my life isn't perfect right now yet. Just 1 more minute. So I changed my schedule once again, and I think that's gonna be my permanent schedule. If it's not too far from my permanent schedule, whatever that means. So my thing is, I would like to start at 9 and then finish at around 3. Kind of like going to school. Kids go to school from 8 to 3. And I do this on Sundays too for yoga. Yoga Sunday. It gives me all the energy that I need for the week. Plus, I'm chanting with my. I'm chanting while I'm standing up. So, the gun mantra, the particular mantra that I use, it really makes you work out. I wouldn't say it's like cross country kind of thing, but it's multitasking for sure. And you don't have to walk around. You have, walk in place, and I burn so many calories from it. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna write my invocations, and then if I have time or if I'm not tired, I'll write maybe 3 shlokas. Yeah, three sounds good. Okay, here we go. Oops, from the get-go. I hate doing that. Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Okay. Shri Aganaya Namaha. What am I doing? Okay, ignore. It's all right. All right, another. I'm just letting my body do whatever it wants. Yeah, apparently the soul within this body had a past life or past lives, which I don't remember any of them. And I'm letting it do whatever it wants. Shri Parashuramaya Namaha. I would like to write Namaste, Prabhupada. Can I write Namaste, please? Namaste. Yeah. Shri Prabhupada Namaha. Oh no, sorry. Right, just invocations. It's not shlokas, and I'm not too worried. Sorry, I crashed. Namaste. Shri Prabhupadaya Namaha. That was my former self. Shri Advaita Acharyaya Namaha. That was me about 500 years ago. Yeah, you didn't miss too much. Just two things. I mean, at the end, I'll write it again if I'm not tired. Yeah, sorry. Arjuna, that was me about 5,100 years ago. 5,100 years ago. What I'm writing now was me. And these are just personal invocations, so I'm not too worried. Like, I write these once a month at least. Shri Arjunaya Namaha. Okay. Alright, cool. Sorry, that's not good with camera. I'm okay with camera. It's not too good. Okay. Arjuna, and then Hanuman, that was me. 1.3 million years ago, or something like that. Because at the end of Tirupara, I'm getting confused once I'm writing and talking at the same time. I'm being influenced by Prabhupada right now. So his writing is, I don't know, mixed up in this, and so be it. Shri Hanumanaya Namaha. I mean, like, his style, whatever. Okay. Hanuman, and then that's it. 1.5 million, 1.3, I would say. And then start with Vishnu. So this is first, what is it? Private invocation. Private. And then now this is Vishnu. Start with Garuda. Garuda is the bird. A bird is like a scout, right? I find that in a world, it's not a spiritual world, it's harder to write Sanskrit. Even though pen, you have to like concentrate. It's weird. If you know what I'm talking about, wow, how could these things be real? You know, I'm just trying to. From my POV, I'm just trying to write this. That's why, I used to get angry because I didn't know why it wasn't working, and then I realized, in a godly world, these will write itself almost, but in an ungodly world, you have to concentrate in order to write it. Or in the worst case scenario, in my case, you might get angry because you don't know why you can't write it. And it has to do with me as well. It has to do with everything. Nothing escapes. So that's why writing is really important. Shri Garudaya Namaha. That's the bird of Vishnu. And then comes Krishna's favorite form, other than Krishna, which is Nrusimha. I used to write Narasimha and didn't feel right. And then I found, there are actually two distinct spellings. I will say one is more correct than the other. Now, if you don't like what I just said, I don't want to argue yet, but I hope you get my point. There's only it's like the Highlander in the world of Sanskrit. There can be only one. Well, there can be only two. Okay, duality exists, but that's about it. So maybe Narasimha is the duality of Nrusimha. Nrusimha, I would say, is the correct version. That's just me. Meaning, like, I will not write Narasimha unless it's a special occasion of some sort. And Narasimha, once again, is Krishna's favorite form, other than Krishna. Half cat, half man. Or is it the Thundercats? Thundercats. Oh no, I wrote it wrong. See, this is what I get for talking. I'm gonna quarantine this. Quarantined. Quarantined. Start a whole new one. The writing reveals what your weaknesses are. Whatever that means to you. So, 느르. Make sure the bottom is longer than the top. Otherwise, it's not 느르, it's just 느. 느르. sim. Ya. Na. Ma. Ha. And that's the correct form. Shri Narasimhaya Namaha. And I'm not writing Narasimha again. Unless it's a special occasion. Okay. Narasimhaya Namaha. And then comes Krishna himself. Linguistically, they're related. It's Nuru and Guru. Nuru and Guru. That's probably why I like the spelling of Nuru Simha, because it's Nuru and Guru. Shri Guru. Yeah, make sure the bottom is longer than the top. Oh no, what am I doing? Oh, I could save it. That's what I get for talking while I'm wrong. It's a bad habit. Yeah, maybe okay. Well, you know why I'm talking? Because these are just my invocations, which I write once a month. It's becoming automatic, but not quite. But I try, so this is the result. Shri Krishna Namaha. Okay, and then comes Krishna's other half, the female. And she's protected in between Krishna and Balarama all the time. Subhadra. Yeah, Subhadra is everything that Krishna is in female form. And then she's sandwiched between Krishna and Balarama, well protected. Yeah, females, they need to be protected, even spiritually speaking, like I'm writing, Okay, Balarama. And Krishna and Balarama are the two strongest beings in the entire universe, period. And that's still an understatement. Shri Balaramaya Namaha. Okay, now, so this ends Vishnu. What is it, Bharaya? Vishnu Tron? No. I just Vishnu. So this is the spiritual Vishnu chariot, which is king. And now we're going to the earthly realm. Alarama, after the 14th Manvanantara, becomes an earthly being called, don't tell anybody I said this, Balarama, this is the 7th Manvantara right now, Manvanantara. After the 14th Manvanantara, which is about 24 trillion years from now, Balarama becomes an earthly being, and he's called Duryodhana. And if you don't believe a word, oh, how dare you compare Balarama with Duryodhana? Well, Balarama, at the end of the Kurukshetra war, sided with Duryodhana because he thought the mace match, whatever that was called, mace match, was unfair. So Bhima Sena and Duryodhana had a mace match to the death, literally. And Bhima, according to the rule, the official rules, he cheated. So, and that's how Duryodhana got killed. Because Bhima, well, the way I read it, it wasn't black and white cheating. It was some sort of underside. Oh, you shouldn't do that because it's soul disrespect or something like that. It's not like, it's sort of a dark gray area, if you ask me. So Bhima sort of cheated, and Balarama was upset, and then he sided with Duryodhana at the end. So he becomes Duryodhana himself, 24 trillion years from now, if you could live that long. Okay, so Duryodhana, depending on whom you ask, I would just say that he's the other king of the earth. The first king being Yudhishthira, so he's the opposition king. If Duryodhana was the white king, then Yudhishthira was the white king, then Duryodhana would be the black king. So yeah, this is the black king. Shri Duryodhanaya Namaha. And then the king himself, the earth, king of the earth. Earthly king. Because his name is Yudhishthira. He was also Buddha time. So, I'm not gonna really explicitly state it, but I'll just make a gesture. If Balarama becomes an earthly being in the next creation, 24 trillion years from now, and becomes Duryodhana, then Krishna becomes what? Okay, I'm done. Shri Yudhishthiraya Namaha. Alright, so that ends, that ends the earth. Now, standalone Yamaraja. And Yudhishthira is the son of Yamaraja. He didn't have an earthly father. His earthly father let God impregnate, let a god, or his name Yamaraja, 빠른데 let Yamaraja impregnate Gununti. So, that's this is just, what is it, justice. So Yamaraja comes after Yudhishthira in my personal thing because they're son and father. Father and son. Shri Yamarajaya Namaha, it's King of Justice, God of Justice, whatever you call it. Okay, Justice. Now comes Kali Yuga heroes. Kali Yuga stuff. And the first one is a digital Karaki, Arjuna Karaki. Arjuna in translation means silver. Karaki, depending on whom you ask, I would say a savior. Silver savior. I say digital. Silver is metal. And yeah, it's Kali Yuga, digital Yuga. Shri Arjuna Karaki. Okay. Shri Arjuna Karikine Namaha. That should sound like a digital sound. I'll say it again. Shri Arjuna Karikine Namaha. Sort of like a computer beep boop kind of sound. And then the next one is the exact opposite of our Arjuna as personality wise. It's Gan and Dvivan, as opposed to, people is just three long sounding vowels. Gan and Dvivan, as opposed to Arjuna Karikine. And their duality personality, not opposing, but like, Arjuna Karikine, Gan and Dviva, there are two distinct personalities. Okay. Shri Ganandvibaya Namaha. So that's Kali Yuga personalities. And then rough outline of evolution. Okay. Shri Atas. First one is fish. Billions of years ago. Billions of years ago. A billion years ago. I don't know. I have to look at it. Not this. Okay. Shri Matasyaya Namaha. And then King Turtles. Gold mine. Hold on. Shri Gulmaya Namaha. And then came pigs. Varaha. Oh, wow. Alright, I need to concentrate. So yeah, this is what I mean. There's nothing wrong with the pen, just that I'm writing Sanskrit, and this reality is fighting it. Can you imagine that? Do you even believe a word I just said? Are you watching this? Like, I'm trying as hard as I. This is a really good pen. If I wrote like an English word, it would write it. It should make you go Right. Shri Varaha. Yeah. So at this point, you concentrate. Like mentally, you're not like no, that's not concentrating. Wow. Look at that opposing power from this reality. Shri Varahaya Namaha. You're playing a really bad video game. Anyway. And after pigs came half humans. No, what are known as extinct humans. Alright, so I'm gonna counter this. This reality is refusing to write Sanskrit. So this is why, one of the many reasons why I use THC, I just call it that. Because I could counter it to an extent, not fully. Just, yeah, it's called, what is it called? Having an ammo? Am. And it's refusing to write. I used to get angry at that. I think that's the point when most people stop writing it because they realize that, hey, I can't even like that, and they get mad and they just give up. So after that void stage, there's something else, something better, something a lot better. Okay. Always, I balance it with liquid. Okay. I'm writing a lot faster than before. I'm talking and writing, and I'm still getting more done than like a month ago. Okay. So evolution. Shri Vamanaya Namaha. And then the final form of even humans, which is Buddha, the final beatitude. The Buddha stage of humans is, when nothing else matters but the salvation itself. So that's the final phase of even, Homo sapiens. This is the evolved form of Homo sapiens I'm writing. It's meaningless to write Nara. Om Shri Narayana. I am human. I'd rather be Mr. Pig. Okay. Buddha. So yeah, instead of writing Om Shri Narayana Namaha, maybe I'll write it just for the heck of it. But I'm just writing Buddha, the final form of Nara. So once you're in the Buddha stage, all that matters is your salvation and nothing else. Om Shri Buddhaya Namaha. I'll write Naraya just because I said it. It would be disrespectful for me not to write it at this point. It's never written in this life. Never, ever. First time writing Naraya. Means I am human. A little off. Om Shri Naraya Namaha. And the final stage of Nara, this is human himself. If you want to be more human, you just say Om Shri Naraya Namaha and just write that over and over. See what happens to you. I don't know. Okay, so that's the evolution. And that's it. And mantras. Mantra. And start with the Hare Krishna mantra. This is the Hare Krishna mantra. Oh, wow. That took a lot of effort for me to say Krishna. Wow. There you go. The title first. Hare Krishna mantra. I found it better to put it into just one word. Make sure the bottom is long, protruding, otherwise it's guru. All right, let me just write that more properly. And then no. And I even, okay, forget this. I guess that's what I get for talking and writing at the same time. Just the title. It's not the mantra itself. It's just the title of the mantra. Krishna mana. It's also called, I call it the Prabhupada mantra. He was the last known person to have promulgated the Hare Krishna mantra. Prabhupada. I'm not gonna be able to close that, but okay. Prabhupada mantra. Right, now I'm gonna be careful with the mantra itself because it's holier than the title. Yeah, I'm concentrating to write. Otherwise, I don't think it will write. Okay. So first line, second. It's almost like I'm writing on a wounded people. Wounded earth? Is that wounded reality? Whew. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All right, so yeah, it's really hard in this reality. So the remedy is this one. It's called the Gun Manantra. I made it up myself. Just first the titles. Hare Krishna Manantra Putram. Okay. And two other names to the dual personality, the Arjuna Karikine personality and Ganandvivaya. So two distinct personalities. So Arjuna Kariki Manantara and Ganandviva Manantara. Arjuna Kariki Manantara, Ganandviva Manantara. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Duryodhana, Hare Yudhishthira. Oh yeah, so Hare Krishna Manantara ends here. Hare Krishna Manantara. two. Okay, there's space. Cool. And then now this is a gun. Manantara. This means the son of HK. Hare Krishna. That's this line right here. I'm trying to stay as far away from Sanskrit as possible. Kind of embarrassing, but yeah. Gun manantara, gun. Phew. It's really sad looking gun, yes. Okay, this is more titles. This is the mantra itself. Okay, so that's the gun. It looks sadder and sadder. Sad. It looks. The first one was less sad. This is. Okay, so yeah, Hare Krishna, Hare Balama, Hare Duryodhana, Hare Yudhishthira, and there's a shortened version or Hindi version of this mantra. It's also the Hebrew version of the mantra. I don't know how to write Hebrew, so I'm gonna write in Hindi. It's Ha, Guru, Ha, Ba. You taking the first character from the first first character from each word, and this I call it the Kali Yuga spelling. And what Kali Yuga does is it gets rid of all the other syllables. One should say, especially in Sanskrit, I said it many times, Hakrahaba Haduayu, that still vibrates because I said the original Sanskrit. It's almost like saying, hey, that's enough, I just heard it once, now just say the first syllables or first characters of the, each word, and that's enough. I heard it. I heard the original. That's what it's like for me. If Sanskrit were a sentient language. Some believe Sanskrit is a sentient language. Yes, it is. Yeah. What am I saying? I don't know. People are gonna think you're crazier. Oh no. Like, can I say that Sanskrit is a sentient language without having me becoming a crazy guy? Oh, he's a crazy guy. Why? He says Sanskrit is a sentient language. That's a crazy guy. So I don't know. So that's why I'm in a gray area. Oh, you're being influenced. No. Style matters. Without style, there's no God. Without style, there's no God. This is animals. Yeah. Okay, so Kali Yuga spell. I write it twice. Alright, so maybe I won't write any shlokas because this is a lot of writing. Believe it or not. Hakara haba hadoayu. I wrote Krishna 4 times just right there, and then the title, the mistake over there. And it's a workout. So a lot of people say, "Oh, do not write too much. It's not good for your arms." I would say write about twice a week. I write twice a week. Doesn't My arms feel fine? They're stronger because I do it twice. I give it a lot of rest in between. And some humans are probably like, "What do you even write nowadays? Are you a dinosaur?" Yes, I am. An ancient dinosaur, not a modern one. I mean, my writing itself is dinosaur. This is dinosaur. What you're witnessing is dinosaur handwriting, basically. Okay. Hakabadayo. So that's the shortened version, Kali Yuga spelling, as I call it. And that's that. And then a few more invocations. Yeah, it's a lot. Um, what is Jagannath? And two more, just two more. Okay. So if I don't write shlokas now, the next time I write, I will really want to write them. I'll be like, where are the shlokas? I have to write them. I have to write at least six of them. Six. Wait. Okay. What am I even writing? Oh yeah, two invocation. I found it helpful. Like if you have trouble writing, just repeat the first character a few times, and then it starts writing itself. I mean, if you know how to write, almost, it almost starts writing itself. So that's what I found. That's my observation after having written Sanskrit, other than Hare Krishna Manantara for about 8 months. Not even, I would have said, I should have said, not in this body. I haven't, before in this body, I wrote Sanskrit, I would say 50 years ago. Yeah. Shri Jagannathaya Namaha means Lord of the Universe. And it's the second to the last invocation. Lord of the Universe. It should sound, the sound of Jagannatha should sound like a Marvel hero character. Jagannatha. Shri Jagannathaya Namaha, because that's what Jagannatha means. It's Lord of the Universe. Like, yeah. Okay. Next is the final one is weapon. The weapon. I'll say weapon X just to sound cool. This is weapon X. So Sudarsana Chakra is Jagannatha's weapon or Krishna's weapon, depending on, they're both same person. Right. Even Krishna himself says, and I say it again for the 9th time now, he doesn't even know who he is. Krishna is so great, I don't even know who Krishna is. This is Krishna talking. Weapon X. Invocation. Shri Sudarshana Chakra. And this is my last one. Oof. Yes, my arm's tired. My mouth is tired too from all that talking in conjunction with writing. That's really bad habit. And the only reason why I'm doing it is because these are just my invocations. I write these once a month. So, if I messed it up, there will be another one in a month. And it should be better, I hope. Okay. Oh no, I always do that. I don't know why. Okay. Refusing to write. Look at that. Wow. Spiritual, psychic stuff. Reality fighting against being written. Shri Sudarshana Chakra Ya Namaha. And that's what I call weapon X. The final invocation. Oh yeah. I should write these too. These are my greetings. This is a regular greeting I'm writing. Normal greeting. Normal day greeting / protection. And I'll write the Sanskrit, I guess. Okay. Well, should I start with Om? No, okay. Alright, forget it. Quarantining. No. Shananti. Oh, why am I writing in English? That's crazy. Alright, sorry. Quarantining the come on, get it together. Shananti. Shananti. And somebody's going like, hey, his handwriting, so he's writing in English. Okay, Shananti. Loma, no. Kato to kacha. Can I write that? Ooh, I should have practiced. Ka. To. To. Ka. Cha. Okay, I can't close it though. Namaste, Shananti, Kato to kacha. And then Namaste. Shananti. Loma Harshana. Loma Har Shwa No. Okay, I could close this. So, Namaste Shananti Kato to kacham. Namaste Shananti Loma Harshana. Which in so this is the daily greeting, and this is the Kali Yuga spelling of what I just wrote. This is something that you don't want to say in the original Sanskrit too many times. Once is enough. You could just, afterwards, you could just say, na shaka, na shalom, na shaka, which I'm going to write. I'll write this twice. Especially because it's a shortened form, No, shaka, no, shalom. I don't know if I could fit it. Next time I'll try to fit it in there. Waste of space. Almost, oh man. Do I have to write it again? I wish I had a white in that little dot there. It shouldn't be there. Okay, I'm gonna write it again. And as a matter of fact, I'll fit it in there. Make it smaller. Okay. Na shaka, na shalom, na shaka, na shalom, na shaka, na shalom. That's taking the first letter from the Sanskrit. Once again, I don't want to say it too many times. Namaste, Shananti, Kato Tikacham. Namaste, Shananti, Lomaharshanam becomes Na Shaka, Na Shalom. Na Shaka, Na Shalom. Okay. So that's a Kali Yuga spelling, taking the first character from every word, each word. Oh yeah, and should I write the Shabbat version? No, I don't have to, because Shabbat itself is strong enough. The power within the word Shabbat itself is strong enough to sustain me without the writing. But, the things that I'm writing, they have to be sustained. It's probably, Shabbat is Shani Paita. Shani Paita. Namaste. I'll write it. Yeah. Shabbat. No. Namaste. Okay. Namaste. Shani. 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 Paita. By Paita. Namaste Shani Paita. Shaka. Shanan di Katotagacha. Wow. Yeah, so alright, maybe it's good that I'm writing at least once. Really gonna work on my oh no, I messed up. Okay, can I mend this? Okay. It looks, man. How does it look? Does it pass? I'll write it again. Do I have space? I hope so. Katotukacha. Oh yes, I should give some background story of Katotukacha and Loma Harshana. So Katotukacha, I can't write the end. Let me just say this. Namaste, Shani, Balte, Shananti, Katotukacha. Katotukacha was half Ra Koshosa and half Mananda, half P Masana. And he was the master of an illusionist, and his illusion ultimately annihilated an entire Aksho Hinui. It's the largest formation of an army. He annihilated a whole Akka, like one whole Aksho Hinui of armies just before his death with his illusion. So he's a master illusionist. Namaste, Shani, Baite, Shananti, Katotukacha. That's who Katotukacha is. Now, Loma Harshana, I'll write it first. And then. Loma Harshana was a sage, well versed and perfected in the Vedas, etc., etc. And Loma Harshana was a Brahmana, a real Brahmana. One of the original Brahmanas, one might even say. Yeah. Loma Harshana. Very old. I think it goes back 1 million years. Oof. Okay. And so the name has a lot of power just for the fact that it's so old. Loma Harshana, like it hasn't been even uttered in, God knows what. Because if you're a magician, like a real magic with a K, you'll know that every 25 years a matter gains spiritual power, and every 25 years it doubles or increases incrementally. So 1,000,000-year-old word, a 1.5 million-year-old word, Loma Harshana, it could create an earthquake depending on who's saying it. Okay. So that's the Brahma. So you got half Rakshasa and half human, and full-fledged one of the original Brahmanas, the OG Brahmana, or one of, because there were, I wouldn't say many, but there were some. Okay, I could close this. I couldn't close Katokacha both times. So weird. That's Kaima for you. Namaste, Shani, Paipte, Shananti, Katotukacham. Namaste, Shani, Paipte, Shananti, Loma Harshana, and it becomes Na Shabbat Chaka, Na Shabbat Shalom, which I'm gonna write. So this is Shabbat greetings. Protection. And so now the Kali Yuga spelling. Once again, Kali Yuga, you take the first character from each word and play with it. And so this becomes Na Shabbat. Na Shabbat Shaka. Na Shabbat Shalom. I'm gonna write it. I should write it for okay. Shabbat Shabbat Shakam. No. Not Shabbat Shaka, not Shabbat Shalom. I'm just gonna write that once. I don't want to write it too many times about Shabbat. So taking a rest. Okay. I think that's it. That's all I'm gonna write today. 1 hour and 18 minutes. Wow. Okay, thank you. I will chant the Hare Krishna mantra pretty soon. I don't need to take that much of a break. All I was doing was writing. I'm talking the whole time, so I should chant, because instead of talking, I think chanting is better. And I want to start as soon as possible. So it's 5:12 Eastern Standard Time here, around 5:15, right? So at 5:30, I'll start the Hare Krishna 66 chanting. I call it the 66 chanting because after having chanted the Gun Manantara, which I've written to So I'll even explain what I do while I'm chanting here, because since I'm writing about it. Manantaram, this is the original Sanskrit version, and this is the Kali Yuga version. After you say this 4 times, you could say this 108 times, no problem. This makes the original Sanskrit makes the Kali Yuga spelling invincible. Yes, it's an exaggeration, but you get my point. So I'll just demonstrate it. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Duryodhana, Hare Yudhishthira. Hare Krishna, Hare Balama, Hare Duryodhana, Hare Yudhishthira. Hare Krishna, Hare Balama, Hare Duryodhana, Hare Yudhishthira. Hare Krishna, Hare Balama, Hare Duryodhana, Hare Yudhishthira. Akabalu, 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 Akabalu. Akabalu, 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 Akabalu. So this gets through every mental blockage. It doesn't go through physical things. There's another form of the Gun Manantara. It goes through physical things. It'll stop cars. But people also call the cops when I do that. So I can't say it. But it's the word Balarama. It really sounds like a gunshot, like a real gunshot. Maybe a 1/16 part of it anyway, at least, if not more. So I called it the Gun Manantana. So that's it, I think. Thank you. So that's the Hare Krishna Manantara that everybody's into, and it's the highest form. The mantra, what is it? The Maha Manantara, the 3 great, the great manantara. It's called the Great Manantara, but it's one of the 3 greatest manantaras. So that's that. This is, depending on whom you ask, this is at least 10,000 years old. That's why I didn't want to get too much near it, because... Okay, thank you. Have a good day. Namaste. So Hare Krishna Mantra chanting in 15 minutes at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's really the main exorcism. The gun mantra gets rid of the immediate stuff. Hare Krishna Mantra reaches back at least 10,000 years, or it has the power to reach back at to at least 10,000 years and more. Maybe up to 10, but it's really deep. It's deep cleansing. That's what the Hare Krishna Mantra is good for. So that's coming up in 15 minutes. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Namaste. No, shakha. No, shalom. No, shakha. No, shalom. Thank you.